Do you love your country? Good evening, America, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If it is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just to begin this evening, folks, I am presenting to you right here a very special piece, a piece that every single silver stacker needs to be holding, preferably in excess. Here we have a 1921 Morgan silver dollar. One of the most iconic and widely collected coins in American history. After a 17-year break in production, the U.S. Mint brought the Morgan dollar back for one final year in 1921. That's basic silver history right there, folks. This makes the 1921 issue unique. It marks both the end of the Morgan series and the transition to the peace dollar later that same year. Millions were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, making it the most successful Morgan date for collectors and stackers today. Each 1921 Morgan contains 0.7734 troy ounces of silver, giving it both collectible appeal and intrinsic metal value. While it's a common date Morgan, its historical significance makes it stand out. These coins circulated during a time of economic transition right after World War I. It's actually why I have Lou Gehrig right here. It's actually from 1927. Long time ago, folks, when America was modernizing rapidly. Even worn examples still carry the classic, bold design of Lady Liberty. And of course, on the reverse, that's on the reverse, Lady Liberty. And then on the reverse, we have the eagle, symbolizing America's growth and America's confidence. So right here, reverse, averse. For silver stackers, the 1921 Morgan dollar is an affordable way to hold a piece of history while adding nearly an ounce of real silver to your collection. It's nostalgic. It's nostalgia. It's Americana and bullion all in one beautiful piece. Do not sleep on Morgan dollars, folks. Also, do not sleep on 90% quarters. I think we got one right here from, what is that? 1940. 90% silver. You can tell, too, the real deal. And before we go any further, folks, I want to give a quick shout out this to my always loyal subscriber. This is David Andrews. While we work for paper, silver works for us 24/7. While we sleep, while we vacation, in sickness and in health. It shields us from silent thieves. Even at our death, it enriches our loved ones. Such a tireless and loyal friend is silver. Beautiful, beautiful comment right there coming from David Andrews, and I could not agree more. I just went on vacation myself recently. Of course, you folks wouldn't even know since I release an episode every evening, but yes. We call it a staycation where I'm from. And sometimes you got to take them, folks, where you don't go anywhere. Just you stay where you're at. It's a staycation, and they're beautiful. I prefer them. But yes, folks, I mean, while you're on vacation, while you're sick, while you're struggling, if you own it, it's always working for you. It's always working for you. And in truth, folks, don't get me wrong, my crypto portfolio has really gotten me ahead. But it is more so my silver and gold portfolio that continues to keep me truly safe, because not if it hits the fan, but when it hits the fan, I'm not going to be counting on my digital. I'm going to be counting on my physical ammunition, my physical firearms, my physical gold, my physical silver, the physical water I'm going to be drinking, folks. Because at that point, when it hits the fan, all it's going to matter is what's real, not what's hypothetical. And we all know, especially as stackers, some of the smartest investors, and we really are, Silver, it's been here always. It's going to be here before us. It's going to be here after us. It's been here. And again, here before Bitcoin, and it will be here after Bitcoin. Living in a time, folks, where everything's going digital, you want to own physical. And that's why I want to explain, folks, that living below your means is one of the most powerful financial strategies in a world obsessed with showing off. Everybody wants to show off. Hey, look at my Bronco. Look at my Nikes. Look at my watch. Too many people chase the illusion of success by trying to match the spending habits of the Johnsons. New cars, constant upgrades, designer clothes, endless subscriptions. But true wealth is not loud. True financial strength is built in silence through discipline, consistency, and, most importantly, humility. When you choose to live with intention instead of impulse, you create margin in your life. That margin becomes freedom, and that freedom is what allows you to stack silver, invest in your future, and build a fortress no trend can collapse. Stacking silver is one of the smartest ways to store that freedom. Truly, folks. And since I've been stacking in this game, it has not failed me. In fact, it has shocked me at how brilliant it was for me to get into silver in the first place. While others are wasting cash trying to impress people who don't matter, you're converting excess income into hard physical wealth. Wealth you can touch. Wealth you can touch, folks. Wealth you can touch. Wealth you can trust. Silver doesn't need approval. It doesn't rely on a job, a bank, a politician's promise. It doesn't rely on any of that. It simply grows in value over the long run as currencies weaken. Living below your means gives you the fuel to accumulate ounces consistently. You don't need to be rich to stack. You just need self-control. It's the most important thing. We need self-control. Humility plays a massive role in this lifestyle. Being humble means understanding that your worth isn't tied to what you drive or what you wear, even though so many people are focused on that. I used to be when I was in my early 20s. But then you grow up. And then you start realizing, okay, what actually matters? My health. My health is my wealth. And again, that's why I tell people, be humble. And I'm telling this to myself, be humble. It's tied to your character, discipline, and long-term vision. A humble man doesn't brag about what he has. He builds. He doesn't need validation from the outside world because he gets validation from knowing he's prepared while others are distracted. Humility keeps you grounded when the world pushes you toward ego-driven spending. And it's funny because so many people have come out of their way to tell me, man, you're such a confident person. And it's like, folks, I don't look at life like that. I don't look at it like, let me walk into a room and be confident. Let me walk into a room and be alpha. Stupid. It's like, I am who I am. And I'm flattered that you think I'm this confident person who's not insecure, but like everybody else who isn't insecure, who doesn't have doubt. But I do carry a confidence, folks, because I own silver. I own gold. And that's not cocky. It's a blessing from God. I'm very blessed to have accidentally slipped into something that's been saving my life, saving my family's life. And I got into it about a decade ago. It was the smartest thing I ever did. And I even had financial advisors telling me, don't do this, but keep investing with us. Don't buy crypto, don't buy gold, don't buy silver, but keep investing with us. Funny, right? And that's why I say, folks, humble. Living humble means enjoying simplicity. Most people overcomplicate their lives with unnecessary debt, unnecessary monthly bills, unnecessary financial stress. When you live below your means, life becomes so much easier. I'm speaking for myself. Your obligations shrink, your stress drops, and you gain time and energy for what truly matters: your family, your kids, your spouse, your goals, your discipline. Suddenly, you're no longer drowning in payments. You're stacking, saving, and securing. More blessings are coming. Don't fall into the trap of trying to keep up with anyone. The Johnsons do not matter. Their lifestyle won't save them in a crisis. Their shiny car won't buy food when inflation spikes. Their debt won't help when the system cracks, because it's going to. It already is. What will matter is who spent years stacking silver, preparing, building, and living intentionally instead of emotionally. In the end, living below your means isn't about sacrifice. It is about strategy. Look at it like that. It's about trading temporary pleasures for permanent security. When you combine humility with smart stacking habits, you build a financial future that is strong, resilient, and independent. The humble stacker wins because he plays the long game. And in the long game, silver and discipline always outperforms ego and debt. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening, another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you, God bless your household, and God bless America.